Welcome back to part 2 of 8 steps to get rich with your salary. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, pause this video and check it out first. Those first steps lay the foundation. Grab a notebook, because we're about to break down more powerful ways to grow your income, save smarter, and build real wealth. No luck needed, just action. Let's get into it. Now I'm telling you, also use a part of your paycheck to speed up that growth, even if it's a little, even if it seems insignificant at first, because in the end, well-applied knowledge is worth way more than any year-end bonus or a raise that takes forever to come. Investing in yourself is the key, the best way to make sure your money starts working for you. And with patience, focus, and persistence, your path to financial success becomes clearer and clearer. So, how about starting today? It might feel weird at first, right? Since we were kids, we've been taught to do the exact opposite. You get your paycheck, and what's the first thing you do? You rush to pay the bills, electricity, water, rent, groceries. Then, you try to pay off your debts and buy what fits within your make a budget and handle the unexpected things that pop up out of nowhere. And if you're lucky enough to have some money left over, which almost never happens, then you think, I'll save a little. But that's the trap that keeps a lot of people stuck in the same spot, always struggling, always playing catch-up. The rich, though, follow a different rule. Before paying any bills, before worrying about debts, shopping, or surprises, they make a simple but powerful choice. They pay themselves first. That means setting aside a portion of what they earn right away. They earn and save, like it's a freedom fee. Doesn't matter if it's 5% of their paycheck, 10%, or even just 2%. What really matters is sticking to the habit. They pay themselves first, like they're paying off an invisible bill that guarantees a future where they won't have to rely on anyone. Now imagine this: 2 friends make exactly the same amount each month. One of them spends everything they earn without thinking twice about saving. The other, even with little to spare, puts aside just $20 a month. Just $20. At first, it might seem like it won't make any difference at first. It feels so small that you almost want to give up. But 5 years later, it's crazy to see where everyone ends up. One person stuck in the same spot, complaining about life with no hope for change. The other starts to breathe easier because, even if it's just a little, they've built a cushion, a safety net, a real chance to turn things around. You might think it's too little to matter, but the secret isn't in the amount you save, it's in the habit you build. Saving first is like planting a seed in the fertile soil of your financial freedom. Today, the seed is small, almost invisible, but tomorrow it becomes a strong root, and over time that root grows, spreads, and starts bearing fruit that will support your life and your dreams. Tracy, one of the top experts in personal development and finance, always says, successful people pay themselves first. They don't wait around for the world to have extra time or money. They make it happen. And you'll just keep waiting for something extra to come your way. Got any plans at the end of the month? Or are you gonna decide to start planting the seeds for your financial freedom, even if it's just a little? Because if you don't put yourself first, no one else will. Try it out. When you get paid next, set aside your share first, even if it's just enough for a snack. Save that money. Don't touch it. That money isn't just savings. It's a symbol of your choice to change. It's the first real step toward your freedom. And now that you get this powerful secret, it's time to face another important truth that few have the guts to talk about. What you do when no one's watching is what decides if you stay stuck in the same cycle or build something way bigger that can truly change your life. The choice is yours. Step 7. Stop just surviving and start building. This is where a lot of people get stuck and can't move forward, not because they lack ability or talent, but because we've been conditioned since I keep living in firefighting mode, constantly chasing losses with no time to think about the future. Think about it, how many times have you caught yourself saying things like, I just need to pay these bills right now. If I can get through this month, that's already a win. I'll figure out what to do when I have time. This is the classic survival mode. You're not really living, you're just hanging on to stay afloat. Brian Tracy explains it clearly: a mind stuck in emergency mode is always reacting, never creating. When you're just stuck trying to survive, you can't plan anything, much less build a solid foundation for the future. So what actually happens? You might be working hard, giving it your all, facing daily pressure and challenges, but your financial life stays stuck, with no real progress. Now be honest with yourself. Do you want to keep just paying bills, barely getting by, or do you want to start building a real life, one with security and peace of mind? Because whoever living just to pay bills is like running in circles, stuck in a tiring, never-ending cycle. But those who decide to change their story act differently. They start building up some savings, even if it's small and modest. They plan their spending carefully and stick to it. They learn where and how to make their money grow smartly. They look for ways to diversify their income, opening doors that were once closed. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight, but it all starts with an inner decision, simple and powerful. I wasn't born just to get by, I was born to grow. Right now is the moment your financial life takes a new path, a clear direction. You stop just putting out fires and start building walls. You begin laying the foundation for your future, brick by brick. Even if those bricks are small at first, one a day, one a week, one a month. The key is to break free from the constant shock, fear, and insecurity. The truth is, you can definitely get out of emergency mode, but it takes a real change in mindset. That's how it is. I need to stop living in the "I'll deal with it later" mindset and start acting with a "I'll do it now" attitude. This is the line that separates those who stay stuck in the same spot from those who move forward, grow, and change their lives. One side waits for things to get better on their own, passively. The other takes whatever they have, no matter how little, and starts clearing the path with courage, focus, and determination. Which path are you going to choose? Step 8. Plant today the freedom you want to live tomorrow. What does that really mean? It means that the life you want in the future doesn't just happen on its own. It's not just going to show up out of nowhere, and it won't fall from the sky without effort. It's the direct result of the actions you take right now, what you plant with dedication and consistency every single day. You might even feel like the seeds you have to plant today are too small, that you're behind everyone else, or that you still have a long way to go before you get where you want. But how big your start is doesn't matter. What counts is the direction and the persistence. Brian Tracy sums it up perfectly. Life is like fertile ground. Everything what you plant with patience and dedication will grow, bloom, and eventually bear fruit. Now, here's a question that could change everything: what are you really planting today? A lot of people end up planting discouragement, complaints, and fear day after day. They wait for something outside of themselves, luck or a miracle, to happen, but don't do anything to change themselves or their attitudes. On the other hand, there are those who choose to plant effort, focus, discipline, planning, and learning. They know that deep, lasting results don't happen overnight, not in the first week, the first month, or sometimes even the first year. But they don't give up, they keep pushing, staying strong even when the rewards haven't shown up yet, and over time, the change happens. While many get stuck in the same cycles of struggle, worry, and lack, those who work with purpose start to enjoy peace of mind, financial freedom, quality time, and true peace. Some things are priceless. Here's the truth that could change your life. You already have everything you need to start taking action right now. Maybe your situation isn't perfect. Maybe something's missing, but the essentials to take the next step are inside you and within your reach. What's going to change your reality isn't waiting for a raise, a promotion, or a lucky break. It's how you take care of, focus on, and grow what you already have in your hands today. You can keep going on autopilot, letting life pass you by, or you're in control, or you can decide to take charge, to write your own story your way, in your own time. You can choose to repeat the same mistakes and limitations you heard and saw in others, or you can create a new, authentic path that only you can build. Now, take a deep breath. Imagine yourself a few years from now, looking back with pride, saying to yourself, "I remember when everything felt tough, when change seemed impossible, but I made the choice to act. I did things differently, and today I'm living a life of freedom. This scene isn't just a dream, it can be very real. It all depends on the seeds you choose to plant starting right now, this very moment. Don't put it off. The future you want begins with the choices you make today. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and picture yourself living the life you've always wanted. It doesn't have to be a life of extreme luxury, but a life where you have options, where money isn't a constant worry, where you wake up feeling calm, knowing you're in control of your future. You can spend time on what really matters. Your family, your dreams, your peace. Picture waking up without the stress of having to count every penny. Imagine being able to say yes to opportunities that seem impossible right now. Feel the relief of looking at your bank statement and seeing numbers growing, the result of what you planted with discipline and focus. This reality isn't far off. It's right at your fingertips, but it will only come to those who decide to take action. You've already seen the 8 steps based on Tracy that you can turn your paycheck into real wealth by changing the way you think, investing in yourself, stopping the leaks, creating new income streams, and most importantly, planting seeds today to reap rewards tomorrow. Now is the time to make a decision. It won't be easy or fast, but if you start, even slowly, you're on the right track. I want you to know you're not alone in this. Everyone who's financially free now started out clueless, scared, and full of doubts, but they chose not to give up. If this video touched you, made you think, or inspired you, drop a comment below. Share what you thought and what you're going to start doing. Your story might inspire someone else. And if you want to keep getting content that really makes a difference, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything new. The road to financial freedom is made up of simple, steady steps. And you've already taken the first one. I believe in you. Now go out there and make it happen. If you liked it, leave a comment. Subscribe and turn on notifications. See you next time.